Can you please explain to me how you can tell somebody, now you need to be happier? Every person is as happy as the sum of all of the parts and everything going on in their lives. Every person would love to be happy. And you go to someone and you say, why aren't you happy? There are reasons. So how do you say, Mishenichnes Adar Marbim B'Simcha? How do you say, now I want you to be happy? And people misunderstand this. They start acting as if they're happy. That's not etzem happy, acting as if I'm happy. They make stupid jokes to each other to bring out simcha. Torah is a sichlistic avodah. Our Torah is very proper and very careful, and everything is avodah samayach. There's none of this frivolous stuff. Now, there's a very big mistake. The reason why people are not happy, really, is because there are reasons. So you can go to the bar, you can get drunk, and then what did you do? Are you happy? He's going, yeah, everything's great. Is he happy? No, he just forgot his problems. Goyim drink to forget their problems. Yidden drink to embrace them. There's an avodah over here of Purim that people misunderstand. It turns into Halloween, Rahman al-Itzlan, and other types of things. It's all about up here. Yes, you can use external things to help you with the avodah in here. That's the machlekes b'shama b'is Hillel. If you drink first the yayin, make a bracha on the yayin, and after on the yayim, or the yayim and the yayin, if you're allowed to use wine to get you closer to Hashem, that's true. You can use external things, but some people forget the avodah in your brain. They're not actually happier. There was no avodah involved. They're the same miserable people, but they're going, everything's great, stupid. That's Yiddishkeit. So let's understand. There's an avodah to be happy. In order to have the avodah part, to really al derecha avodah to be happy, you have a problem. If you're being honest, the reason you're not happy is because of this and this and this. Now, as long as those reasons are there, that's making me not happy. If not for those reasons, I would be happy. Ignore those reasons? No, I can't. They're real reasons. Make believe that they don't exist, be happy anyway? Could be. Simcha mahu oisa, even a simcha of mahu, it's also oisa. It's true. Ki b'simcha seitzeion, but emistik a simcha? You know how emistik a simcha really is? A Yiddish simcha is when we fix those problems, but we can't fix them. So listen carefully. Nesiv Shalom explains that the highest level of avodah is being mesameach bechelkoi, which means that I accept that instead of my life being in every category 100 the way I would like, this one is a 60%, this one is a 20%, I have this trauma and this problem. These are real problems. But if I could be mesameach bechelki with my lot that Hashem gave me, I can come to emistik simcha. Not by avoiding the problems, by being happy in spite of them. How can I be happy in spite of them? It's very deep. I have to believe that it's not random. Otherwise, how can I be happy and accept? So let's understand. If I can work on myself to really truly believe in Hashem, not just as a theory, but that when I stub my toe, I recognize there's a God, that's number one, and that Hashem is giving me every single piece of my life. And that, if I would know all the gilgulim and all the cheshbainis, whether it's a tikkun, whether it's a test, whether it's an assign to see if I'll accept be'ahava, all of these different things, it's for my benefit, it's to bring me to a better, if I really saw the whole picture, I would choose it. Very hard. But if adam maglayt nisht, either you believe or you don't believe. If you really believe, then you really believe that Hashem knows what He's doing. And there's nothing being done that is not for my benefit, because why would He not do for my benefit? He could do everything. And if He was really out to get me, He could have made things a lot worse. So there's a deep avodah. A whole year, we believe in God. We do. But internally, my avarim believe in God? I don't know. Maybe I believe as a nice theory. It's easy. It's coming to me easily. There's a story of the famous atheist in Vilna. And a guy he wanted to be an atheist. So he went to this big atheist in Vilna. In the olden days, they had real atheists. So he got to the guy, Mamash Erev Shabbos. He said, I came here to learn how to be an atheist. So he says, okay, very good, but right now I'm going to the mikveh. So we have to talk later. He says, mikveh, why are you going to the mikveh? He says, what are you talking about? I love the mikveh. It's so geschmack. A warm mikveh, it's gewaldig. Okay, comes back an hour later from the mikveh. Can we talk now? No. Now, tayameha. I have to have some chulent, have this little kiggle, and I'm sitting. He goes, but you're an atheist. He goes, so I shouldn't enjoy kiggle and chulent? It's wonderful. It's delicious. Okay, an hour later, he said, no, can we talk now? Now, I have to relax before, take a nap. It's a big Indian. Take a nap before Shabbos. I shouldn't sleep. It's not geschmack. He wakes up, he gets dressed, he looks so good. He says, why are you dressing up so nice? Doesn't feel good to dress nicely? I feel like such a mensch. I'm going to daven, I'll talk to you later. Daven, why are you going to daven? He goes, I love davening. It's geschmack, it's gewaldig. Who doesn't love that? It's social, it's gewaldig. I'll come back, we'll talk afterwards. He comes back, he goes, I have to make a siddur. Siddur, you're an atheist. He goes, well, who doesn't like good food? After Shabbos, he goes, ich lerne ein bisschen after the meal. He goes, what are you learning for? He goes, Geschmack shtickle taisus, and he's handling, and it's gewaldig, I love it. Then he falls asleep, then Shachris, and the whole Shabbos goes by. After Shabbos, he tells this big famous atheist, he goes, I don't understand, you just look like a regular Yid. He goes, yeah, it's very geschmack. What's not geschmack to be a Yid? So he tells him, but tell me, you didn't want to smoke once on Shabbos, just lahachas? So he says, lahachas who? See, a real atheist, Taka really doesn't believe in God, there's no lahachas. But what do you see over here from this cute story is that it's geschmack to be a Yid. So as long as everything is going nicely, so it's geschmack to believe in Hashem. Something goes bad, so you want to go give some tzedakah, and you want to go to a thing, and you want to daven, it also feels good. But emes, do I really, really believe? How do you know if I really believe? How do you know if I really believe that Hashem is good? How do you know if I really believe in Hashgacha Pratis, that everything bad that I have is mamish, custom, tailor-made to me? Not by accident that this happened to me and that happened. It's not an accident. It's meant for me, and I would choose it if I knew the whole story. They say a famous story that a guy walks into shul by shishi, and he gives over a kid aliyah, and he starts screaming. He says, we're giving a kid aliyah for shishi? He says, hang on, what are you coming in the middle of shishi for? You don't know the whole story over here. This is a bar mitzvah boy, and his father's this, and his uncle's this, and there was a reason. And come in the middle of the story, over here you don't see anything, but if you see all the gegulim, and you see everything, we would choose everything. There's nothing that we wouldn't choose. But we have to believe it. And while you're in pain, it's really hard to believe it. And that's the Nisayan. Am I still going to believe that Hashem is good, even when it hurts so much? So Hashem goes ahead sometimes. It's a punishment. Sometimes it's a chance. It's an opportunity. Sometimes it's a Nisayan. Will you be Mesamech B'chelki? Will you still be happy with your lot? Means that I understand that this is the best that it could be for me. It's riches. It's an opportunity. A person can get rich by getting $1 million. A person can get rich if he sees the whole picture to get his tikkun for Olam Haba and earn his right for eternity to be on a higher level by losing $1 million. And if you knew the whole thing from a getlicha, himmeldika, habeit mishamayim at the hecher blik, you would choose it. It's very hard to do that when you lose $1 million. It's very hard to live like that. So that's really a very deep challenge. And in our dar, when there's so much emotional pain, it's very hard. Very hard. But if you could, you're released because you have no tightness on Hashem and you accept your life and you have emes simcha. The same way the Oisher has emes simcha because that's what Hashem wants from him. The Ani, if he had pure 100% emunah and emunah and Hashgacha Pratis and mesamech b'chelkai that everything is for my good, he totally would be b'simcha because he's not lacking for his life. Do you cry that you lack wings? No, I'm not a bird. Do you cry that you lack a fourth leg, 3 legs, 4 legs? No. The same way, the things that you don't have are not for you, to bring you, for your purpose. If you have Yenim's good stuff, you cannot fulfill your shlemus of your mission. It's being sent down again as a Gilgal. You can't fulfill your mission. And therefore, Mesamech B'chelko, brings up a person to the highest level, even to Ruach HaKodesh, says the Nesiv Shalom. He brings down from Frierdiker. So now let's understand. It's very painful avodah. Something's really not good in your life and you're really down. You're very tzebrachen. You say, hang on. Do I believe in Hashem? Do I really believe in Hashem? Boosting my emunah all the way up to 100. Do I have betachan? Do I have faith and security in Hashem? Do I believe that Hashem is good, that derech hatoiv lehetiv, and this is all for my benefit? Do I believe in Hashgacha Pratis? But really believe Hashem has so much on his mind. He really cares if I get this parking spot, or if I stub my toe and I hurt myself, or someone insults me. He really is in charge of every single thing. It's a challenge. It's a nice theory. Yeah, sure, everything. But when it's my pain, it's very hard to accept. So I have to work on myself. And it's a tremendous, tremendous avodah. And if you can work on that every day a little bit more, you're reaching emes simcha. And then you take a l'chaim and you say, I accept what I couldn't accept so far. I'm ready to accept more. And that l'chaim brings you to the next level. And you look at your problems and your deficits and your pain in the face and you say, I accept you. I accept it's from Hashem. And that releases the part of you that's not happy to have emistika yiddisha sichliistika simcha. But this cannot be done from one day to the next. Says the Nesiv Shalom. There are certain things that you can't jump into. You can't jump into full emunah, full bitachon, full acceptance that every single thing is for my good. It's impossible, and that's why Mishenichnas Adar Marbim Bisimcha. You add a little more every day. It's an avodah that takes 14 days. It actually, he says that it's already Yud Aleph is the earliest time. On the 11th day is the earliest time. The Mishnah says that you can lane. So if you can lane the Megillah Nekres Yud Aleph, in Shemayim it's already Purimdik. And he says it's really 10 days from after Rosh Chodesh. It's basically like Aseres Yimei Tshuva. He says just like you have Aseres Yimei Tshuva, you have Aseres Yimei Simcha. What's Aseres Yimei Tshuva? The Teretz says you can't just jump into Yom Kippur. You can't fly into Yom Kippur and really feel bad. Because if you go to somebody on a regular Tuesday in Kislev, in Shvat, in Nisan, and you say, okay, Mechilas Avonis, whoa, hang on, I'm in the groove of sin, I'm in the groove of my life. In order to really feel bad for my sin, I need time, I need Avodah. So Hashem gives us Aseres Yimei Tshuva, that every single day I'm doing Tshuva, I'm feeling more. It's like you have a very thick dirt, and you scratch off a little bit so you can you can't go to the deepest level. You got to go one level at a time. And that's the 10 days of Aseres Yimei Tshuva. So we have Aseres Yimei Simcha. That's what the Nesiv Shalom says. And it's Marbim B'Simcha because you can't get to the ultimate Simcha. But you could do 5% every day, 3%, 7%. Think about it and accept and say, you know, that pain, I can't accept all of it, but honestly, I could accept 5%. I could accept 10%. Comes Purim, and you're on the highest level of acceptance. You're on the highest level of this period of your life. That's the focus. To be Misameach Bechelki. I'm happy with my lot. The Vilna Gaon says that every single midah that we have, Hashem also has. We keep Kol Kula, Hashem keeps Kol Kula. So he asks, Reb Chaim Vital asked him, how does Hashem keep Misameach Bechelki? He has everything. Says the Vilna Gaon, what's Hashem's chelik? Ki chelik Hashem amoy. We, Klal Yisrael, are Hashem's chelik. And Hashem has an am that's not always 100% like it should be. And Hashem is misameach bechelkoi. He says, I'm happy even with Klal Yisrael the way that you are. So Hashem is misameach bechelkoi, and we are misameach bechelkoi. And as we are misameach bechelkoi more and more, and the Nesiv Shalom says something fascinating happens. The more that we accept the bad that Hashem gives us, Mida Keneged Mida, Hashem accepts the bad that we give Him. It's fascinating. When we are happy with the bad and the difficulty and the pain, Gam Kishakoyev Le'ma'oid Yoidea, that if HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing this for me, it's Toiv, Hashem Mida Keneged Mida accepts you the way that you are. It's a backdoor to tshuva. Let's say you did 1,000 Averis, and you really had to do tshuva on 1,000 Averis. It's very hard. It's very, very hard to do real tshuva on 1,000 Averis. There's a back door. If you accept what Hashem did to you that's hard, and that's difficult, and that's painful, Hashem, Mida Keneged Mida, accepts you. And let's understand, everybody here, everybody listening, has one thing in common. We're all Jews. And what do all Jews have in common? We like a good deal. This, my friends, is a good deal. Why? Why? Because the bad that you give Hashem is truly bad. The bad that Hashem gives you is really good. And Hashem still says, if you accept the bad, that's really good. But it feels bad and difficult and painful to you, little tiny puny human, and even though it's really good, but to you it feels it's bad in your life, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, you'll accept it. I will accept the bad that you give me, even though it's really bad. Backdoor to tshuva. Backdoor to tshuva. That's how powerful being Mesameach B'Chelka is. Purim is not hoilulus. When people go ahead and they take a concept and they just mamish water it down, costumes like Halloween, get drunk like New Year's, forget your problems, make believe like you're happy, you didn't grow one iota. And how do you know whether you grew or not? Look at the day after Purim, after the hangover goes away. What do you have left? Just a headache? And you're back to being depressed? You didn't grow one drop in being marbim b'simcha. You didn't grow one drop in the avodah of Purim, which is to lift up your level by not being upset, because I trust that all the pain in my life, it's very painful to do. And I scratch away and I believe this is from Hashem. This is from Hashem. I accept it. I accept it. I wouldn't choose different. I wouldn't choose better. I accept it. I'll daven to change because you're allowed to daven. Hashem wants you to daven. But I'll accept after I daven that whatever I have, this is what I have. And you scratch away another layer, and another layer, and another layer. And then it comes to Purim. And you take that l'chaim, and you say, Hashem, until now, I wasn't able to reach 100% of acceptance. I reached 50 or 80 or not, whatever it is, and now I need some help. I'm going to take a shot, and what am I going to think? I'm going to take my yayin. What am I going to think? I'm going to forget my problems? No. I'm going to have the courage. It's going to take away those walls, and I'm going to think, Hashem, now I accept even more. And I'll take another kais, and I'll say, I accept even more.